Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to this class. I hope you are in good spirit. In our last class, we had a lot of fun because it is such a funny lesson packing. So, how about we change the genre in this video class? So, how about something scary today to talk about? Yes, you're right. I'm going to teach you the poem, The Snake Trying Today. Let's get started. Many people get scared on hearing the word snake itself. They get frightened and they say that snakes are very scary. But I am going to clear a lot of your misconceptions about snakes in this video class today. We learn some facts about snakes before we learn the poem. So first of all, let us learn a thing or two about our poet and then we learn some facts about snakes. Then we proceed to learn the poem. Let's get started. He's the man who wrote this poem, The Snake Trying. William Wrington Eustace Ross. He was born on 14 June in 1894 and he died on 26 August in 1966, and he was a Canadian geophysicist and poet, and his notable works are in reality, sonnets and laconics. He even printed some of his books with the pen name E.R. He was the first published poet in Canada to write imagist poetry. You will understand what imagist poetry is once you learn the poem The Snake Trying, how he creates the images of snakes in our minds. So before we learn the poem, I want you to learn some facts about snakes. Have a look at this beautiful picture of the snake. See how graceful this snake is? Wow. So beautiful. Snakes are not aggressive. I want this first point to be highlighted since it relates to our poem. Snakes are not aggressive. They are very shy. They are shy, secretive animals. Snakes do not bite out of malice and they certainly do not go looking for enemies. They do not go looking for enemies. They do not search for their enemies. They will defend their lives if or when needed. Whenever it is needed, whenever their life is at threat, then snakes just defend themselves. That's what they do. Snakes do like to be left alone. So we are the people who are not leaving snakes alone. So but snakes like to be left alone. There are over 3,000 kinds of snakes in the world. So there are 3,000 different varieties of snakes in the world. Snakes cannot bite their food, so in order to eat large prey, they will unhinge their jaw to swallow the food whole. So the way how we chew food, snakes cannot chew food. They simply take the food, gulp them. They swallow the food as a whole. Despite snakes often being feared, more people are killed by bees than snakes every year. Yeah, I want all of you to understand this point. People say that snakes are very scary and we are frightened of snakes. They say so and so. But actually, more people die because of bees than snakes every year. That's what we need to understand here. So people don't say that I am afraid of a bee, but people say that we are afraid of snakes. Right? 70% of snake species lay eggs while the other 30% give birth to young. So not all snakes lay eggs, not all snakes give birth to their young ones. So 70% of the snakes lay eggs and 30% species of snakes give birth to their young ones. Snakes don't have eyelids. You can look at in the picture over there. They do not have any eyelids. I guess they can't blink anymore. Right. Snakes have internal ears but not external ones. Snakes do have internal ears but they do not have external ears. Snakes smell with their tongue. You see a forked tongue The snake will have a forked tongue, and using that, it smells. Snakes eat only when they feel hungry. Snakes do not eat as and when they find food, right? They only eat when they feel hungry. That's a good thing. Snakes don't take a bath. This is interesting. They don't take a bath. The black mamba is the world's fastest snake. There are no snakes in New Zealand, Iceland, Greenland, Newfoundland, Ireland, and Antarctica. So in these places, there will be no snakes. So if you go to New Zealand, you don't find a snake over there. Due to the geographical conditions of those places, snakes don't live there. Snakes live longer in zoos than in the wild. So if a snake is kept in the zoo, then it will live longer. The same snake, if it lives in the wild, in the forest, then definitely it's not going to live that long, it seems. These are some of the interesting facts about snakes. I hope some of them were at least useful to you. So let's get started with our poem. Look at this snake, small green snake, and how beautiful that is. The snake trying to escape the pursuing snake with sudden curvings of thin long body. How beautiful and graceful are his shapes. He glides through the water away from the stroke. Oh, let him go over the water into the reeds to hide without hurt. Small and green, he is harmless even to children. Along the sand he lay until observed and chased away. And now he vanishes in the ripples among the green slim reeds. So the snake is trying to escape the pursuing snake. We generally think that snakes are scary and we feel threatened whenever we see a snake, or some people even get threatened even if they hear the word snake. But actually, in this poem, the snake was depicted as a victim. Many a time we play the victim card of snakes. But contrary to that, the poet described a snake as a victim here. A man is trying to hit the snake with a stick. So that's why the snake is trying to escape from the pursuing stick with sudden curvings of thin long body. The snakes will have thin long body, as you all know, and as it moves, there will be many curves, right? How beautiful it is to see a snake moves in those curves. How beautiful and graceful are his shapes while he is moving. He glides through the water away from the stroke. Oh, let him go over the water into the reeds to hide without hurt. So he glides through the water away from the stroke. Away from the stroke, it glides even through the water. You might have seen snakes. Just I'm showing you over here how the snake is gliding on the water. All right. So, oh, let him go over the water into the reeds to hide without hurt. What do you mean by reeds? Reeds mean water or marsh plants with thick stems. Okay, let him go into the reeds. Let him escape. Let him hide. Let him not get hurt. Small and green, he is harmless even to children. See how small, and it is in green color. He is harmless. Even to the children, the snake is harmless. Along the sand he lay until observed and chased away. So Until you observe it, until you try to chase it away, the snake lays still. It does not disturb anybody, it does not frighten anybody, it simply lays still on the earth, right? But people observe it and they start to chase it. And now he vanishes in the ripples among the green, slim reeds. So, what happens now? These human beings will observe that snake and they try to chase it away. And now, what will happen? This beautiful little green snake will vanish, will disappear into the ripples among the green, slim reeds, into the marsh plants with thick stems. The snake disappears. Just to escape the pursuing snake, it moves away like that. So, here in this poem, the snake is depicted as the victim. And this beautiful poem was written by W.W.E. Ross. I hope you have enjoyed listening to this poem, and I want you to learn this poem. So, in our next meet, we'll be discussing this, and I want all of you to learn this poem completely. See you in the next class. Bye. I guess we see each other very soon. Okay, bye.